Hey, what's up, YouTubers? Grant F here again. Sorry I was gone for so long, guys. Been extremely busy. Been going through some kind of lifestyle changes that I can't really mention. But yeah, I am back. Today I wanted to talk about a movie that I'm reviewing. It's a classic film, and it's an old film. And the reason why I'm talking about it is because I am so pumped for the new game coming out next week called Alien Isolation. It's made from the Creative Assembly team and Sega, and it's going to be an absolutely amazing, immersive, like horror experience. I usually don't buy horror games. The last horror game that I really played was like Dead Space 2, which was a great game by the way, very scary. But this game has got me going back to all the original Alien films, and it looks so cool. They designed the AI of the alien to actually hunt you down and adapt to your movements and your reactions. You can't kill the alien. Not to mention there is only one alien, and not like Aliens Colonial Marines where there's hundreds of them, and that game was just terrible. It was such a disappointment. But yeah, today I wanted to review Ridley Scott's classic 1979 film Alien. This has Tom Skerritt, Sigourney Weaver, Harry Dean Stanton, John Hurt, Ian Holm, and Yaphet Kotto. What else can you not say about Alien? I mean, it is a classic, essentially a classic slasher film set in space. It is a story about a crew of, I guess they're mineral miners or, intergalactic miners carrying like 12,000 tons of mineral ore, tugging this huge giant ship in their ship called the Nostromo. They receive a distressed beacon from another, crew that they are stranded on this planet, LV-426. And so they go over there to investigate, and one of the crew members from this ship comes back and brings another alien on board the ship, unknowingly. For those of y'all that have never seen Alien, I don't want to spoil anything at all with this film, but that is basically the plot of Alien. And obviously as you can imagine, an alien getting on board a ship in the middle of fucking nowhere in outer space, shit's gonna go wrong. So that is basically the plot of Ridley Scott's Alien. What to say about this film? Technically speaking, the atmosphere. The atmosphere is like the number one thing that this film has going for it, and I'm talking about the cinematography, the lighting, the unusually slow pace of the film. It's not a very fast moving action oriented film. It kind of, it's almost like one of those films that reels you in where you're like watching the film and you're like, the atmosphere is so immersive in this film. It's really one of the first science fiction films that I can think of besides Star Wars that gives kind of this dirty grittiness to science fiction. Like, not in the future, everyone has this very stereotypical view of science fiction as everything being pristine and white and clean and futuristic, but here it looks like these are like really working class people that just happen to work in outer space. Everything is grimy. The ship has leaks and electrical problems and stuff like that. Things that you would see at an everyday factory or mine or whatever. Another thing that this film is going for is the music. The music is so atmospheric and kind of, almost kind of entrancing when it needs to be, but it can also be very scary and very intense when it needs to be. I really loved the first trailer for Alien, and they kind of did this same sound effect in the Prometheus trailer when that movie came out years later. But there was this kind of siren sound, like this in the very first trailer for Alien when it came out in the late '70s and '79, and I always thought that sound. I don't know. Maybe I guess I saw the trailer when I was a kid on a DVD or something. Maybe I thought that sound was in the movie, but it never actually was. It was just part of the trailer. But I always, whenever I thought of Alien as a kid, I always thought of that creepy, like, siren sound or whatever. But yeah, I really liked that about the trailer. But yeah, getting back to the movie, the design of the alien. The alien was the concept came from this genius, this artist, the Swiss artist called H.R. Giger, and his art was very, watching the featurette on this Blu-ray, it's very disturbing and like surreal and very like, you're looking at it like, what the fuck is that? But it's also very beautiful and very meticulous. Like you could tell that this guy took his time sketching and painting and drawing all these disturbing images. But the look of the alien is just great. It's like the double jaw. I mean, that is fucking so creepy. And the fact that it doesn't really have any eyes, you can't really tell like if it's looking at you or not, is also kind of disturbing as well. The effects for its time, it's a animatronic, prosthetic prop, a suit, a guy in a suit essentially. For its time, they're pretty effective. The way that it was lit and shot, and how they chose the angles of how they chose to film the xenomorph, the alien, it was really effective. I never, for once, thought that this thing was fake, given the period that it was shot in. Also, the character of Ripley, Ellen Ripley, played wonderfully by Sigourney Weaver. She is an awesome, like, badass, kick-ass female heroine for science fiction. Probably one of the first. She, most horror films, women are kind of portrayed stereotypically like they're either ditzy or they're nerdy or they're like, the last final girl, like the virgin or whatever. But Ellen Ripley is just, she's very resourceful. She is tough when she needs to be. Like, she doesn't break down or cry or get upset. Like, she does what she needs to do to get the job done. And, I really liked that. I admired that the filmmakers were able to show a female character that had such a strong presence. And Sigourney Weaver just played her so wonderfully in the film. Also, the direction by Ridley Scott, just the way that he constructs a scene. Like, there's a scene where when they first come across this giant ship, when the Nostromo lands on this planet where they heard the distress beacon, and they come inside this giant ship, and they're lowering this guy down into the ship. He has on a winch and they're lowering him, and you just see this one little tiny person on a string and all this space underneath. Like, it was just little things like that in the film. Like, the shots like that were just so perfect. I absolutely love Alien. It is a classic. It's very, very scary. There's parts of it, I mean, still to this day that, like, I just watched it recently. I hadn't seen it in probably a year or two since I bought this Blu-ray, but there's a part that made me jump, and that surprised me even. So for a movie that's well over 30, almost 40 years old, I mean that's saying something. I would definitely recommend that you guys go and watch, rent, buy Alien, stream it, whatever. It's a great classic film. The rest of the sequels, Aliens was great. Aliens was a great follow-up sequel. Totally different film in tone, more of a combat war film, but a great standalone sequel. Aliens 3 sucked. Alien Resurrection sucked. And the AVP movies, I won't even talk about those because they're just terrible. But I'm really excited for Alien Isolation. It comes out October 7th, next Tuesday. You guys should definitely go pick that game up. I've already pre-ordered it. And I'm really excited. That's why I wanted to post this review for you guys for the classic Ridley Scott 1979 Alien. So, yeah, you guys hit me back with your thoughts, comments. Let me know what you thought about Ridley Scott's Alien. Also, let me know what your thoughts are about the new Alien Isolation game coming up. It looks really cool, and I want to know what you guys think about it. So, yeah, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you guys want to see more videos, and I will get another video up to you guys soon, probably within the next week. And it's going to be a cool movie, I promise. So, yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Peace.